And next topic is magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron. An electron undergoes a circular motion around the nucleus. The circulating electron in a loop behaves like a current in the circular loop. Therefore, the magnetic dipole moment mu L vector equal to I into A vector. In magnitude, mu L equal to IA. If T is the time period of an electron, therefore the current I is equal to minus E by T, where minus E is known as the charge of the electron. R is the radius of the circular orbit and V is the velocity of the electron. Therefore, time period T equal to 2 pi R by V. So, using these two equations, we can write mu L equal to minus E by 2 pi R by V into pi R square. Instead of A, I am writing here pi R square is equal to minus EVR by 2. And by definition, the angular momentum L vector equal to R vector into P vector in magnitude L equal to RP. So we have to write it here instead of P, which is equal to mv into R. Therefore, L equal to mvr. Using these two equations, we can write mu L by L equal to minus EVR by 2 by mvr, which is equal to minus E by 2m is equal to mu L vector equal to minus E by 2m into L vector. Here the negative sign indicates the magnetic moment and angular momentum in opposite direction. And mu L by m equal to E by 2m. E value is 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19. 2 into the mass of the electron 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31, which is equal to 0.0878 into 10 to the power of 12. Therefore, mu L by L equal to 8.78 into 10 to the power of 10 coulomb kg to the power of minus 1 is a constant value. Therefore, the ratio mu L by L is a constant is known as the gyromagnetic ratio. And according to Neil-Bohr quantization rule, the angular momentum of the electron L equal to nh, which is equal to n into h by 2 pi. Here, h is known as the Planck's constant and its value is 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules second. And n is the natural number, that value is 1, 2, 3, etc. Now, mu L equal to E by 2m into L is equal to n into EH by 4 pi m ampere meter square. And next the values we have to substitute. Then mu L equal to n into E charge value 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into H divided by 4 pi m am square. And next we can substitute m value and h value. Therefore, n into 1.60 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14 into 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31. Therefore, mu L equal to n into 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 am square. Here we can substitute the minimum value n equal to 1. Therefore, mu L equal to 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 am square. In joules, we have to write 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 j t to the power of minus 1. So, the minimum value mu L minimum, which is represented by mu b. Therefore, mu b is nothing but it is EH by 4 pi m. The value is 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 am square. And this is known as the Bohr magneton. This is used to measure atomic magnetic moments. And next topic is Ampere's circuital law. The formula for the law is close the integral of limit c b vector into dl vector, which is equal to mu naught I enclosed. Here I enclosed is a net current. The statement is the line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is mu naught times net current enclosed by the loop. Our next topic is magnetic field due to the current carrying wire of infinite length using Ampere's law. Let us consider the straight conductor of infinite length carrying current is I, and the direction of magnetic field as shown in the diagram. Since the wire is geometrically cylindrical in shape and cylindrical about its axis, therefore, from the Ampere's law, we can write closed integral of v vector into dl vector equal to mu naught I, where dl is a line integral along the Amperean loop. Amperean means tangent to the circular loop. Therefore, the angle between magnetic field vector and the line element is 0. Therefore, the closed integral of vdl equal to mu naught I, where I is the current enclosed by the Amperean loop. Due to symmetry, the magnitude of the magnetic field is uniform over a Amperean loop. Therefore, we can take it out V outside, the closed integral of dl equal to mu naught I. For a circular loop, the circumference value is 2 pi r. Just we have to apply the limit here. V into integral of 0 to 2 pi r dl equal to mu naught I. Therefore, V vector into 2 pi r equal to mu naught I. Therefore, V equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. In vector form, we can write V vector equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r into n cap, where n cap is a unit vector along the tangent to the Amperean loop. Our next topic is solenoid. A solenoid is a long coil of wire closely wound in the form of helix. When the electric current is passed through the solenoid, the magnetic field is produced. The magnetic field of the solenoid is due to the superposition of the magnetic field of each turn of the solenoid, and the direction of the magnetic field to the solenoid is given by right and palm rule. And inside the solenoid, the magnetic field is nearly uniform and parallel to its axis, whereas the outside the solenoid, the field is negligibly small. So, based on the direction of the current, one end of the solenoid behaves like a north pole and the other end behaves like a south pole. Therefore, the magnetic field of the solenoid looks like a magnetic field of the bar magnet. The solenoid is assumed to be long, which means the length of the solenoid is large and compared to its diameter. And the windings need not to be always in circular, it may be other shape. Our next topic is magnetic field due to a long current carrying solenoid. Consider the solenoid of length L having n number of turns. The diameter of the solenoid is assumed to be much smaller when compared to its length. Consider a rectangular loop ABCD, which is shown in the diagram. Then from Ampere's circuit law, the closed integral of B vector into dl vector equal to mu naught into I current enclosed. Here current enclosed is nothing but it is the total current enclosed by the Amperean loop. Therefore, in the left hand side equation we can write BDL equal to integral of A to B B vector dl vector plus integral of B to C B vector dl vector plus integral of C to D B vector into dl vector plus integral of D to A B vector into dl vector. Here, the elemental lengths along BC and DA are perpendicular to the magnetic field. Therefore, when we are taking the limits B and C, we can substitute the cos value cos 90 which is equal to 0. Therefore, this value completely 0. And then integral of D to A, that B dl value is also 0. Then the magnetic field which is outside, therefore the CD vector value is also 0. So the path along AB value we are taking integral of AB B vector dl vector equal to B, take it out. Therefore A into B limit dl into cos 0 is 1. Therefore B into integral of AB limit dl. Here the length loop AB is as shown in the diagram. But when we are inserting the solenoid length is L, So that integral of AB B vector into dl vector equal to BL. Here n and I be the current passing through the solenoid of n turns. Therefore, integral of AB B vector dl vector equal to BL equal to mu naught Ni, which is equal to B equal to mu naught Ni by L. The number of turns per unit length is given by n by L equal to n, small n. Substitute the value B equal to mu naught n Li divided by L. Therefore, LL cancel, we can get B equal to mu naught Ni. Here n is a constant value for the given solenoid, and mu naught value is also constant. Suppose the given current, fixed current, we can use I naught current. The magnetic field inside the solenoid also constant value.